Hi, Charlie. It's nice to see you
Hi.
again. Let's go ahead and do a belly check. How is
Yeah.
everything going?
Good.
Lots
Feels
of
like
movement.
Lots of movement.
Good.
They're really busy in there. Well, I don't know if it's a boy or a girl.
I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
And how's everything else?
Pretty good. Yeah.
They're
Really
tired?
hungry.
Yeah, oh, good. Okay.
Yeah. Been eating like nonstop.
Great. So good pet touch?
Yeah.
And are you making sure that you're having enough protein?
Yes.
Sleeping okay?
Yeah. I mean, here and there. Yeah.
Getting 6 to 8 hours of sleep?
Yeah, I would say so. Interrupted. I got to get up and pee like every 2 hours.
Yes, of course. Where are you feeling most of the movement?
Kind of all over.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot. Just kind of everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that keep you up, or we're mostly going to the bathroom?
Just mainly just going to the bathroom.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to measure your belly, and then we're going to listen to baby. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Feel for your pubic bone.
Uh-huh.
And we are 28 weeks today?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so this looks like we are 33, close to 34 weeks.
33?
Yeah. Let me just check the chart to see what we were last time. Okay. Feel one more time. And you're right, I can feel little body parts all in the front here.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is that?
This feels like maybe it's the back of a foot.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's go and listen with the Doppler.
Okay.
My Doppler. Let's see. Based on this, I'm gonna guess here. Okay. They sound great. I'm gonna keep listening over here and see if I hear anything else. Okay.
Okay.
This sounds like the placenta.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I'll have you stand up.
Okay.
Okay. There we go. Okay. So a couple of things.
Yeah.
You are measuring a little bit. Fix our camera here. You are measuring a little bit bigger for we call it larger than dates.
Okay.
What that means is that the measurement that we take is generally the same weeks that you are, plus or minus 2 to 3 in either direction, meaning that you're 28. So if you were 26 or 32, that would be within the range.
Okay.
Being that you're close to 34, it feels like there is more baby. Based on what I'm feeling, it doesn't feel like it's extra amniotic fluid, but we were able.
How could you tell that?
So when we palpate your belly, there's parts of the belly that feel softer and kind of like buoyant, a little bit like if you were kind of. Do you remember what water beds felt like? A little bit like a water bed. As in, like, you press and you kind of get this like reaction.
Okay.
We also can feel like the back, and like I mentioned, the foot. You can kind of distinguish body parts and fluid. So that's one way we can tell. Another way we can tell is by getting an ultrasound, and they measure those pockets of amniotic fluid. But something interesting that I noted was that we heard a heartbeat on this side, which normal. And then we also heard a heartbeat here. Given the size of your belly and given that I heard the heart tone in two different areas, I want to rule out twin pregnancy. And I know that we didn't do the the 20-week anatomy scan. And I know that you're not too fond of ultrasounds, but in order to continue being eligible for a home birth, we want to make sure that there's only one baby. The state of California doesn't let us deliver twins. That doesn't mean that you can't still be in our care if that is what is happening. You would just have to deliver at the hospital, and we can figure that out once we know more information.
Okay.
I can help you schedule the ultrasound, or if you want to talk to your partner about it, then you guys can talk about it and then schedule it together, or call me back and we can schedule it.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the only thing that I would like to rule out as of now. Everything else sounds good. Everything, the pregnancy itself looks healthy.
Okay.
You're keeping up with your nutrition and all of that is still in good status. We just want to
Okay.
rule out the twin pregnancies. Do you have any questions?
No, I think
That's
that's a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
I
is a
mean,
lot.
I wasn't expecting that, but
Yeah.
you know, I an ultrasound does seem to be like the next best step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And generally, if you tell them that you don't want to have a long ultrasound, they will minimize the amount of exposure and get as little images as they need to just get the information that they need. And that should also.
Is there anything that would make my pregnancy, if there are 2 babies in there, that they would have to do longer ultrasound, like exposure?
Potentially, if as they're checking baby, if they see any abnormalities, they might want to double check on the babies and see different aspects of the baby. It's possible that they might want to do an anatomy scan on both babies, depending on their sizing once they go in, only because there is limited space. And so twin babies tend to be a little bit smaller. And so they just want to make sure that all of the babies in this case is well. So often they'll do a quick check on the heart and kidneys and organs to make sure that they are growing adequately because, as I said, the space is a little bit limited. So they want to make sure that both babies are getting enough nutrients.
Okay.
But again, even with the anatomy scans, I've known a lot of ultrasound techs that will minimize it to a small amount of time as possible.
Okay.
If they do an anatomy scan, it will be a little bit longer than just like checking that there's 2 babies.
Okay.
But it still will be on the more minimal side.
Okay. All right. Well, I will go home and figure this out.
Okay. Yeah.
And you, are you sending a referral or like where
do I go? I'll send the referral. And again, we can call now and make the appointment and you can talk to your partner, or if you want to talk to your partner first and then just give me a call back, I can help you guys schedule the appointment.
Okay.
Or you can do that on your own. I'll fax over the referral now.
Okay, great. Thank you, Bea.
Of course.
All right, bye. I think